Hi everyone, slightly different video from my usual ones, which are obviously of my league and my tournament matches. I thought that I would do just like a quick review really of and having a look at my progress over the last few years and how my game has developed since I started playing, which was in October 2016. This particular match is from July 2019, so by this stage I've been playing for about 3 years. I've been playing league table tennis since 2017. Started my first season was in Warrington, playing for Padgate Division 2. I'm playing this particular match with Colin McGrath, who unfortunately doesn't really play an awful lot these days, Colin, but he was a pretty good player. So we both played for Haysgrove Silver in Division 1 in Trafford, which is the middle division. So standard was pretty good. Standard was kind of like coming along. I think for me personally, the first season that I played, 2017 to 18, the first half of that season I was pretty hopeless. Didn't really win an awful lot of matches. I could do a lot of the basics quite well. I could drive with my forehand and my backhand, but I didn't really have much of a topspin. Didn't really pose much of a threat. Was just kind of like a nice, comfortable player for people to play against, and obviously experienced players had no problems beating me. By this stage, by 2019, I'd actually got to a stage where I was winning most of my matches in middle division. I think probably the biggest thing that kind of like developed in my first season as I went along was my forehand. So my forehand was starting to get stronger and stronger, and you can actually see from this video here that by 2019 it was pretty good. So that really did help to bring my game along. So it's kind of like it's good to see actually that at this stage it was looking pretty decent. Backhand was okay, could hit some shots, a little bit erratic, and you could probably say that I'm still a bit like that now. Just tried to do a backhand flick there that wasn't particularly good, but again I think it was actually kind of good progress that I'm looking to try and do shots like flicking, trying to be a bit more aggressive rather than just coming in and pushing. I would say that the things that I really notice watching this back now, comparing it to if I watch myself playing in league matches and general tournaments today, that my general consistency, certainly my forehand, as I've said, was pretty good, but it's nowhere kind of like near to the level. See again there, that wasn't particularly good. Not spinning it, not attacking it anywhere near as much as I do now. I think one thing that is really noticeable is my serving. Again, my serving is still by no means a strong point of mine, but I'm obviously thinking a lot more about what type of serve that I do, what sort of a return that I'm going to get so that I can attack it. Certainly when I'm playing against better players, I'm really thinking hard about the length of the serves, trying to keep them tight, trying to keep them low and short. Again, it's something that I need to pay more attention to and do a little bit better, but here there's absolutely no consideration to the length of the serves. I'm just basically going through a whole repertoire of serves. Missed a forehand there, which I shouldn't have really missed. So I think that is definitely one of the most noticeable things. Actually, there's no real thought to the length of them. Like, I'm not trying to serve short at all. I'm just going through the process of serving as a general rule. And if I do one short, it's not really something that I've really thought about. Pushing there was okay. Again, open up was okay. I suppose you have to bear in mind really that the level of player that I was playing regularly that season, I didn't really have to serve short. I didn't have to be that aggressive. Probably one or two good forehands was enough to win the point, which is completely different now to playing higher level players where you do like one really good open up, it's probably going to come back and you're going to have to hit 2 or 3 at least good shots so before you'll actually have a chance of winning the rally. So yeah, I'd say that my movement in general is, yeah, it's okay. But you see, again, it's like that one there. I'd hit that shot, and if that ball had come back on the table, I would never have been ready to play another shot. You see, again there, I just wasn't really sure like where I was going to take that. Was very, very slow moving into position. So anyway, so I think it is really good actually to kind of to watch these back and just I suppose like appreciate. I mean, that was actually a very good backhand there. Totally different way to how I'd play it now. I tend to, you see again, it was a bit wild, that a bit more like a tennis style backhand. I would definitely have a much shorter motion on my backhand side. So I think all in all, just to kind of like recap it, I think that it's really, really good to watch this back and just see how my consistency has improved, how my movement has improved, how my serving is so much better. Still an awful lot to work on, really. The main things that we've been sort of focusing on with my training over the last month or so, it's been really interesting actually, because we've been really looking at backhand side and trying to really build, not necessarily trying to get like a big backhand or a really powerful backhand. See there again, so that was just another good example there, like a hit shot, was not ready at all for it. Good flick though to finish that game. Not to try and build like a really big, really powerful backhand, but to have something that's going to be consistent, that's going to be reliable, and really focusing on placement, which is going to be quite a big thing for me. But I think one of the interesting things as well is that, I mean, I did find, and I spoke to Kamal about this a bit, that because we'd spent quite a bit of time working on my backhand, that and I was just using my backhand an awful lot, I'd actually stopped looking for my forehand quite as much. So we had a couple of really good sessions before the first British League weekend that I played in November, where we were really looking at working on pivoting, looking to try and get my forehand kind of going again, really, and that really, really helped me. So it's kind of like it's a tricky balance of trying to develop my backhand, trying to use my backhand a lot more so that I'm more confident with it, and that the quality of it is better. But then also still looking to try and use my forehand as well, and keep developing my forehand. So I think we started to make a bit of progress. I've had some sort of fairly encouraging comments recently that's coming along. There's obviously still an awful lot to work on. I had a bit of a disappointing weekend, a disappointing Saturday, British League on the 9th of December, where I played against some excellent players actually, and I was I just never really kind of like got into it. Was a little bit tight. I just didn't really feel that confident on the day. So and there's been quite a few people who've actually commented on the videos, which has been really, really nice. Giving me some bits of advice, whatnot. Again, one of the things that was kind of noted was my I seem to be quite negative with my body language, which I think was reflective of how I felt on the day. I just wasn't, like I say, really that confident. Playing in a team like with Annie, Andrew, and Valdas, who were all stronger than me and who all played really, really well that day. I found it quite difficult that. I felt like I was almost the one that was kind of letting the team down a little bit. It didn't matter too much because we won. We won both of the games, but I would have liked to have contributed to it. But I think it was a good experience for me, good learning experience. And like Andrew was saying to me on the day, that sometimes you really have to grind out. You're not always going to necessarily play well, not always going to be confident. And sometimes you do have to win ugly a little bit. So really, really good experience. Going to be trying to sort of like really push on hard for 2024. I've got some tournaments entered. Going to train hard and just keep developing my game. There's so much stuff that I can work on, that I can improve. So hopefully continue on the right trajectory really for next season. Just want to say thank you to everybody as well for subscribing to the channel, for watching my videos. I've only ever put the videos on really for like my own, or I started putting them on really for my own reference, so that I could obviously see how my game is developing over a period of time, and also it's quite useful looking back for tactics against certain players, because you don't always remember it when you play them again a few months later. But it's just been really, really nice to see you know, a lot of people taking interest. I've had a few tournaments that I've been to where people have come up who I haven't met before, who said they've been watching my videos, so thank you very much for that. Hopefully this has given you a little bit of an insight into what I'm working on. I'll probably start trying to do a few videos like this, really. I might kind of have another look at some old videos at some point, and then I'll probably start just, you know, putting some training videos on, and also maybe a few match videos where I'll do like a little bit of commentary, just to say, you know, like what I was happy with, what I wasn't happy with, things that I could have improved on and whatnot. So yeah, just let me know if you think that sounds like a good idea. Okay, everybody, thanks once again, and I'll leave you to have a laugh at me playing from a few years ago.